Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today's reading is messages from Spirit. So Spirit guides want to share a message with you. There's something that they really want you to know. So I'm hoping one of these cards or the groups, call to you so you know which one to go to. I've already done the readings. I usually do my intros after I record the readings, and I select a card from each reading to sort of help guide you, help you understand, and select the right group the first time, so you're not shuffling around trying them all. But if you do go to one and you're like, you know it's not for you, it's okay. Just go ahead and try a different group. It's all good. So, group one, the card is the Wheel of Fortune. Group two, I had this wrong. Group two is the Ten of Cups, but in reverse. Ten of Cups reversed. And group three, your card is the Four of Wands. So if something, in the meaning of the card or in the picture or just the group number, whatever resonates to you, whatever is calling you and is tugging at you, go with that group, see how it looks for you. All you have to do is go down into the description box, click on the timestamp for the group you want to watch, and it will take you right to your reading. And I will see you there. Thanks, y'all. Hey, group one. All right, we are going to take a look at the messages that Spirit wants to give you. I don't have any context yet, but as we'll get in, we'll know more about what this is all about. I have a Wisdom of the Oracle card, I have some Lenormand cards, and then some tarot and another deck that we can clarify the tarot with. I pre-selected these cards, shuffled them, pulled, haven't looked at them, so we're going to experience that together. All right, your first card, Wisdom of the Oracle card. Card number 5, Orphaned. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a bit, but we'll leave that there. Let's look at your Lenormand cards. First card is Whips and Anchor. Then we have the Bear and the Sun. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's get some tarot on the table. Let's see what else Spirit can show us, and we'll talk about what's going on here. First card is Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, okay. Let me pull the top one. Wheel of Fortune. And the Nine of Cups. And we're going to pull one more as advice from Spirit. There we go. And the advice is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. We're going to start here. Give me just a second. I want to take all the cards in and see if they send me any initial messages for you, and then we'll get started and talk about what's going on here. Okay. All right. So first of all, this reading is not meant to be a passed on loved ones reading, but they're telling me that that this group anyway there's somebody who wants to come through, a passed on loved one. And okay, go ahead, Spirit. Okay, they're saying, okay, this is a mother or a mother figure. First of all, saying that she loves you very much. So it could be mother, grandmother, or somebody who felt motherly to you. But she's saying her death was unexpected, but from her perspective, it was good timing. So she doesn't feel like she left too soon or at the wrong time, or she's saying it was the right time for her. And in some way for you as well. Not that I'm sure you didn't want this person to pass, of course not, but it opened up some doors for you that wouldn't have opened otherwise, or not as easily. So if you recognize that message, that is for you. Okay, go ahead, Spirit. She wants you to know she's proud of you. She loves you very much. So, go ahead, say that again, please. She's saying she walks with you. You go for walks. Walks around the neighborhood or walks around an area. You go for walks. And she walks with you. Because she likes to be with you. And that's when you're the most calm, and it's when you're the most open. It's when you're the most open to her. So you may talk to her sometimes on your walk. You may not. She may talk to you, and you may realize it or not. But she's there, and she walks with you. They're saying she used to like to walk too. She was a walker. And so she loves doing that with you. Okay, well, that's beautiful. Okay, all right. They're saying that's it. Now we're going to get into the reading. I'm sorry, y'all. If that wasn't for you, don't worry. It doesn't mean this reading is not for you. But someone really wanted to share that message. They're saying something about a special day. So maybe it's a special day when you're watching this or hearing it. Okay. Anyway, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And now for the messages, they said. Sorry to interrupt your regular programming. It happens, y'all. All right. Please share now. Messages for the group. Okay, so the person coming through from Spirit was not quite so out of the blue. They're saying for this group, the messages for group 1 involve a passed on loved one that they want to talk about. Okay. Okay, they're saying it's going to be a message for you, group 1, that comes from Spirit and your loved ones. They're saying, but it's not a message about your loved one. This is a message about you. In other words, your loved ones are coming through with Spirit to help get this message to you. Okay, they want me to mention the orphaned card. So if this is your group, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. If it isn't, try one of the other ones. But if this is your group, you have lost someone in spirit who is a close family member. Parent, very close grandparent, sibling, brother, sister, child. And Spirit is saying, you're not alone. They are with you. They are with you. Okay. But I guess that's the identifier, so you know if this is your reading. And again, this wasn't meant to be a passed on loved ones reading, so I'm not actively trying to get messages from your loved ones, but I'm certainly not going to deny them if they come through, because it's beautiful to get messages from loved ones in spirit. Okay. So now, hopefully you know if you're in the right group. Now let's talk about what they want to tell you. Okay. Okay, they're talking about an opportunity that you've been waiting for fairly patiently. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, they're saying now the clock is ticking. The time is now. You are about ready to step into a new phase of your life. And you know about this, right? There's something that you are aware of, that you've been counting on, that you've been waiting for. You've been patient. You've been biding the time. You've been doing the things you needed to do up until now. And you might be wondering, like, you know, when is this, like, when is the right time? When is this going to happen? When do I get to move forward? And they're saying, now. Now-ish. Yeah. Right about now. Okay. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are very much going to change for you. With the Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana, right in the middle, you know, in the middle of your 3-card spread. Things are about to change for you in a dramatic way. How so, Spirit? Can you share more on that? They're saying you're going to see some changes that are beneficial to every part of your life. So you know about something. You've been waiting for something. And you might think it only has to do with one piece, right? One thing in your life. But they're saying don't be so sure. Because when you move toward this thing, or when the door opens for you, or this starts to come to fruition for you, it's not going to be just that one thing that changes. Your whole life is going to change. Good things are going to come in like every realm of your world. And it's going to be better. Trust that it's going to be better in a big way. They're saying you are not going to forget this time. You are going to remember this as a time when everything changed in a good way. In a good way. I know change can be scary, but it is most definitely a good, this is a good change for you. And, you know, certainly followed up by 9 of Cups, which is the wishes come true card, right? It's everything you're wanting, like finally coming to you. What else do you want to say about the 9 of Cups, y'all? You're saying you're going to see your dreams come true. You're going to see your wishes come true. You're going to see your desires come true. It's not always going to be easy. So just because your luck is changing and things are finally happening, things are moving forward, doesn't mean it's going to be like a cakewalk. It will require work and effort, and there will be some challenges and obstacles you need to overcome. But you're going to do it. And it's going to be so good for you in so many ways. It's beautiful. Okay. All right, let's clarify these cards, get a little more information. We'll talk about the advice in a bit, but let's get some more information about your 3-card spread here first. Sure, can you clarify the first 3 cards, please? Can you give us 3 cards to clarify? Okay. All right, first card is the Fool reversed. Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Interesting. Wheel of Fortune with, above the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Interesting. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Interesting, with your advice being the Ten of Pentacles. Let's pull one card just to clarify the advice, even though we haven't talked about that yet. Just so we get all the cards on the table and we can talk through all of them. Do you want me to take those? Okay. And the Temperance card. Okay. All right, well, so you've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Fool reversed. You've been waiting a while. You might be getting a little impatient now, like you're feeling ready. You may have even procrastinated for a long time and delayed and maybe weren't ready, and then you got to a point where you really, this thing, whatever it is for you, you want it. And so you've put in the work and you've done the due diligence, you've done your research, you've done whatever it is. You've done what you've needed to do and you're feeling ready. With the Fool reversed, you're still a little bit cautious. You're not taking crazy chances. You're not being impulsive or like overly spontaneous. You're still taking your time, being aware, paying attention to timing and paying attention to when exactly you're ready. But you can feel and I can feel it on your behalf, like this feeling of, all right, it's coming. Like, when you're going down to the subway and you're waiting for the train to come and you feel it rumbling before you see it, that's what it feels like. It feels like the rumble of the train that's on its way to you, to take you somewhere new. But you're not, chasing after the train, and you're not, getting impatient about when's the train going to be here. You know it's coming. You're waiting for the exact right moment, but you know it's happening, and it's happening soon. Okay. And then we have, of course, the Wheel of Fortune and the Wheel of Fortune. So you can't go wrong with 2 Wheels of Fortune in the middle of your spread. Granted, one is in reverse, but that's okay. So things are changing. Things are turning. Things are going to make a difference in your life. Something is going to make a difference in your life. But they're telling me it's more than one thing. You've got a lot of things happening. Even if you don't realize it, you may think it's just one thing, again, but it's not. There's a lot of things changing and happening behind the scenes that you might not be aware of, but they're all going to come to fruition soon. They're saying with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse that the delays that you've experienced were for a good reason. You were meant to take your time. At times it may have felt excruciating, like like you're stuck in the mud and you can't make any progress. They're saying that time is over, but they want to acknowledge that those delays were not there to just trip you up or make you wait. They were trying to teach you something during this time. You were meant to learn some things during this time, and you did. You got what you needed to learn. You took it in, you internalized it, you made the best with what came to you during this delay of, while you were waiting for this thing that you've been hoping for to come to fruition. Okay, they're saying there's not a sign in sight. What does that mean? Oh, they're saying you still don't know where you're going yet. That was a crooked way to say that. But I guess, yeah, if you're on a road, you're on a country road somewhere, there's not a sign in sight. You may or may not know where you're going. Your GPS is out, you're in the middle of nowhere. Not a sign in sight. You don't necessarily know where this is going. But you're trusting that the road you're on is taking you where you need to go, even though there's no sign in sight. And Spirit is saying you are right to trust that road. Follow the road. Now they're singing the Yellow Brick Road song from The Wizard of Oz. All right. They're silly, y'all, sometimes. Okay. So then we have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful card of wishes coming true. Ten of Pentacles reversed. What do you want to say about the Ten of Pentacles reversed, Spirit? Okay, there's a message here about money. There's something about this process from an outside perspective, not Spirit's perspective, possibly from yours, but also from other people who may not fully understand the situation. They're going to see some sort of loss of money for you. You don't feel like you are particularly worried about this. You may have moments where you are and you aren't, and you are and you aren't. But it's not a big concern for you, and it shouldn't be. Spirit is saying money's not a problem. You might think it is at times. Others will certainly think it is. They may think you're being foolish with your money or your assets if it's not money. But you're not. You're absolutely doing the right thing. Don't question it. Don't second guess it. They're saying we would not lead you down this road for you to experience more loss. That is not what this is about. This is about gain. And so now they're bringing me into your advice card, and your first advice card is the Ten of Pentacles. And they're saying, do not worry about money. You're fine. You'll be able to, whatever's going on, whatever is, you may be giving something up or changing something in your life or doing something different that could cost you some money. Maybe you won't be making as much money. Maybe there's something valuable that isn't money that you may be releasing. But they're saying, don't worry about that. None of this is about the money. It's about you and your growth and your trajectory in your life, where you're headed and where you're meant to be. But they are acknowledging money is important. Like, money's important, right? That's how we live. But it's not what? They're saying it's not what you need to think about right now. In the big picture, you're not going to lose money. You're not going to lose anything. Not in the big picture. You're going to be fine. And they want you to focus on that. They want you to focus on the abundance. They want you to focus on the possibilities and the potential and the opportunity. Not on the short-term, fluctuations. Right? Okay. And then we have the Temperance card. You want to maintain some balance, right? Keep your emotions in balance. Keep yourself in a place of balance and peace. Because change is not easy, no matter how ready we are for it. It's still not easy. They want you to give yourself the time and the comfort that you need to still stay feeling whole. And they're saying to fill your own cup. You don't need anyone else to fill your cup for you. In other words, you don't need anyone else to make you happy. You are creating your own happiness right now. And they want you to remember that. Interesting. All right, anything else about the tarot cards? Okay, they're saying there is not going to be a chance to screw this up. You cannot screw this up, no matter what you do, because this is, in a sense, it's destined. You are meant to do this. Granted, we always have free will, so I use the word destined in a cautious way because you don't have to do any of this. You can refuse it and walk away. They're saying you're not going to. You're going to do it, but there's no chance you're going to fail. You are going to make it big. You're going to do this. And sorry, say that again. Yeah, they're just saying again, you're not going to fail. There's no way. We won't let you. This is meant to happen. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about the Lenormand cards. The first two, we have the Whips and the Anchor. There's about to be a shakeup in your life. Something that was feeling calm, steady, stable is about to change. The Whips they have a lot of meanings, but one of the meanings is like shaking things up, it can be arguing and can be like creating havoc. It can be anything that's like repetitive. But in this instance, paired with the Anchor, which you use an anchor on a boat, and the anchor keeps the boat steady and still. They're saying you're not going to need that. The boat is going to be a rockin'. In other words, there's just things are going to be shaken up in your life in a good way. And then we have the Bear and the Sun. There's two messages here. First is the general message. The bear, hold on. Okay. So when we think about bears, we think about hibernating. We think about, storing away while they hibernate. They have everything they need to get through, their time hibernating. The Bear card often represents finances. And they're saying, well, you may be you are not going into hibernation. You are about to go into active mode. But there's something that you are sort of putting aside. When we were talking about the Ten of Pentacles. Something that you're letting go a little of, releasing. But they're saying you have everything you need to get you through any kind of drought. And when you come out of this hibernation, this financial hibernation, you have the sun. And the sun is the ultimate good luck card, the ultimate positive good fortune card in the Lenormand. So again, it's a message of don't worry about money. But there's another message with these cards as well. And it comes back to the original message of this being for those of you who have a close family loved one in spirit. The bear card often represents Mama Bear. It can often represent a father figure or a grandfather figure, someone in authority. And it's a reminder, say that again. Okay, they're saying it's just a reminder they've got your back. Everything's going to be okay. The sun card is beautiful and lucky and fortunate and wonderful. And they are watching over you and helping you. You've got other people in spirit helping you too, spirit guides and, who knows who else. But this person or people that you recognize, you resonate with when we talked about it earlier about, a family member in spirit, they're helping you. Even if you don't realize it, they're walking with you. Just like the person at the beginning said, they're walking with you, literally, possibly, but figuratively, as you go through this journey and this transition. They're going to do it with you, and they're going to help you. Okay, so let's talk about this orphaned card. Obviously, there's a message here about literally being an orphan, or having lost a parent or parents or child or a close family member. But there's also the book that they want me to read. Okay, they want me to read the prosperity message. Okay, so here's what it says. It says, this card reminds you that you can't be all things to all people. You're not going to be popular with everyone, and that has to be okay with you. Be clear about your mission, your brand, your work persona, and your contribution to the world, as these must be based on what you authentically have to offer, not something you think will sell or you perceive they may want. You will attract abundance by being completely yourself. Stay in your own lane. That's where you will shine and where you'll experience prosperity. Wouldn't have thought the orphaned card is a message about prosperity and growth and, being your true and unique self, but it is. And that's exactly what you are growing into, what you have grown into, and you are ready to it's like the bud has been opening, and it's about ready to just come out and be magnificent. Wow. Well, group one, that was a very cool reading. I don't know about you. It was a very cool reading for me to give. I will tell you that. Very cool reading. And thank you for, the loved one that came through in the beginning. Thank you so much for that, and for Spirit for all your messages. Y'all, if this resonated, please give the video a like. Drop a comment down below. I'd love to know. And of course, I'm going to wish you luck, but I don't think you need it. You are on your way. So congratulations. And thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, everyone. Okay, so this reading today is just looking at spirit messages, just seeing what they want to tell you, what they want to show you. I've got some tarot cards, Wisdom of the Oracle, Lenormand. So we're going to get a real good full picture. So let's start with your Wisdom of the Oracle card. All right, your card is number 39, New Life. And let's look at your Lenormands. Your first card is the Tower. Then we have the clover. We have clouds and the ring. Okay. All right, now let's look at your tarot. Okay, your first card is Ten of Cups reversed. Okay, let's get a couple more. These cards are a little big for my hands. We have the Emperor reversed. These over just a little bit. And we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay, let's get one more card as an advice card from Spirit. And the advice is Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, a lot of reversals here. All right, give me just a second. I want to, all reversals actually. Let me just take all this in, see if I get any initial messages from Spirit for you, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. Okay, give me just a minute. Okay. They're saying this message is about a new endeavor that has you wanting to go full steam ahead. To like push forward, make things happen. What else can you tell me, Spirit? They're saying you're going to make a change along the way. It's going to change the direction of things. You're not necessarily expecting that right now. But it's going to change the direction of things in a good way. They're saying it's not going to take you off course. It's going to get you on exactly the right path, the right course for you. And you'll see it. When it happens, you'll know. But as you're hearing it right now, you might think, oh gosh, what? That change is going to like send me off course. It's not. It's absolutely the right thing that needs to happen. And will happen. Okay, anything else? You're saying don't let it scare you. It's not a big deal. It's just a course correction that needs to happen. But it is a change that you aren't necessarily seeing right now. Okay, all right. Well, that's interesting information to get started with. Okay, well, let's start talking about the cards here. So for starters, we have the Ten of Cups reversed. You're in a situation right now that is less than ideal. You're not, they're saying you're not super unhappy, like you're not miserable necessarily, but you're not happy. Your life does not feel fulfilled. It doesn't feel full. They're saying it feels a little stuck, actually. Like you're walking through mud is what they just said. And you're really wanting to improve things. You're really wanting to take things in a new direction, take control of your life, take control of your happiness. And they're saying, and bring some peace into your life. So there may be some turmoil going on, some tension, something that has you feeling less than peaceful. Okay, anything else there? Okay. So that's an impetus for change for sure. So that's kind of how you're feeling probably right now. And then we move into this Emperor reversed energy. This is where this card is representing your new endeavor. And this is where things are going to change for you. So you're making plans, you have ideas, you have some thoughts about where things are going. And it's not that things are not going to change, and it's not that things are not going to happen. It's that they're going to happen differently than you are anticipating, than you think. So when the Emperor is upright, you know, the Emperor kind of rules his whole domain. He's in charge. And you can sort of see on this card in particular, you know, he's got all these people that are on leads that he is managing, controlling, almost like a puppeteer, but not quite so sinister as that. But he's in charge. But you have it in reverse. Things are going to feel a little bit like they're not in your control for a minute. And Spirit is saying because they're not. Spirit is saying we're going to take the reins for a bit. So things are going to shake up a little bit and, you know, change course just slightly, just a little. They're saying not a major change, but a change just the same, and one that you are not controlling, one that you are not in control of. It's something that is happening to you, to your situation, to your scenario, that makes things change, kind of on your behalf. And they're just reminding me again, this is a good thing. So don't let this stress you out. Don't let it stress you out now. Don't let it stress you out then. They're saying when it happens, you'll know it's for the right. You'll know it's the right thing. You'll see it. And you like, there's going to be part of you is like, oh, okay, all right. And you're going to be glad. You're going to be like, okay, I'm glad that happened. I'm really glad that happened. I wouldn't have, like, maybe it's not something you would have chosen or something you maybe wouldn't have even have thought of. But sometimes life kind of, you know, quirks on us, right? It, you know, things happen that just sort of make you see things differently, make things kind of come together differently. And that's what's coming for you. And Spirit wants you to know that. They want you to not be surprised or to feel defeated or like something didn't work out when all of a sudden there is a little change to things. It is not a bad thing. And when you see how it plays out, you are absolutely going to know. And you're going to be so grateful that Spirit came through and sort of tweaked things for you on your behalf. Okay. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. They're saying right now you may be juggling a lot of things. But when you get through this process, you're not going to be juggling as much. You're going to be very single-minded, focused on one thing, on this thing, right? It's not that you're dropping balls. Like a lot of times Two of Pentacles in reverse can be you feeling imbalanced, like out of balance. It can have you feeling like you're dropping balls, like you're out of, you're not in control. They're saying that's not it, not in this case. In this case, it means you're no longer juggling two balls. You've got one purpose, one focus, one job, one line of sight. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull some more cards. I've got a different tarot deck here just so we can get a little deeper. And we'll talk about the advice in a bit, but let's get a little deeper on the messages here. Give you a full picture of what you can expect. All right, Spirit, can you clarify the 3 cards, please? Okay. All right, we have 6 of Swords. We have the Devil. And we have the 4 of Swords. Okay. Okay. We're going to pull one for the advice too, just get it out on the table while we got the deck out. Okay. And it's 4 of Wands reversed. Okay. So, going back to the beginning, 10 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. There is a source of unhappiness in your life. You are making plans to move on. You are making plans to move forward. You know what you want to do. You are like, you're ready. You want to go. You're ready to like hit the ground running and go. Spirit is saying not so fast. Like, take your time because, as we know, things are changing. And you need to allow time for that to unfold. You will be so glad that you did. You will be so glad that you did. If you rush forward now, things may not happen quite so smoothly. Like what is meant for you will always come back around, but it's like you might like miss a turn and have to like double back sort of thing. Rather than just being redirected off of a new exit. I don't know why I'm giving you driving directions, but that's what's coming to me. All right, anything else on those first 2 cards, Spirit? Okay. All right, so then we have the Emperor reversed and the Devil. This is changes that are coming. They're saying at first you might feel reluctant. You might be afraid of things changing up all of a sudden. You might resist it. You might want to like latch on to your original idea and try to tell yourself, no, this is like, we got to make it go back to the way it was. But that's not going to happen. This change, this course correction is a good thing. It's a very good thing, they're saying. So don't let that fear get to you. Don't be afraid of change. It's happening at exactly the right time. They're saying if this change, if it had happened sooner, you might have had more lead time, but you would have been less accepting of it. It will come about when it does, because it will be the right time for you to be fully open to it. That said, when it first happens, there is fear, there is resistance, or there could be, right? Maybe you're watching this video and you'll remember when it happens and you'll step back and go, all right, okay, I was warned. And you won't be quite so like tense about it. It won't be long before you're feeling very grateful and excited about this change. So just like write it out. Okay. And then we have Two of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. You're going to be juggling less. You're going to be more focused, more directed on what you want, less frazzled, less overworked, overwhelmed, overburdened, less unhappy. Whatever it is, yes, you're going to be working hard on it, but you're not going to be so overtaxed. As if you were, juggling things, if you were trying to do two things at once or trying to juggle, two or several things to kind of keep everything going, that can wear a person out. But the way this is going to play out, you're not going to be juggling all these things. You're going to get the respite and the rest that you need so that you can put all your focus on one thing, the most important thing. Anything else on those cards, Spirit? Okay. They're saying it's not so much going to be rest as it's going to be peace, like a calmness, a sense of contentedness, because you're not trying to do 10 different things at once. You're so focused and on point that you're not feeling frazzled. They're saying you're not going to be sleeping all the time, if that's what you think the Four of Swords means here. It's just a sense of taking a deep breath and being able to put all your energy into this one thing. And that's great. Okay, so let's talk about the advice. First, we have the Knight of Wands reversed, and then we have the Four of Wands reversed. The first message they give me is slow down. You're not in a hurry. You're not in a race. Hold your horses. I guess literally here with the horse in the picture. They're saying right now, full steam ahead is not the way to go. Put one foot in front of the other, but give it time. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Things will happen fast enough. They really will. This is not going to be a long, drawn out process. But you don't want to jump the gun. You don't want to skip steps. You don't want to take a wrong turn. So they're saying slow down and watch things unfold. Pay attention. And follow the signs, right? Follow the guidance that the universe is going to be giving you. When things are shaken up, things start to change, go with the change. Don't resist it. Go with the change. And if you slow down and take things one step at a time, you'll see the changes happening. You'll see what's coming, and you'll be able to react. And also with the Four of Wands reversed, a couple things. They're saying don't be afraid to shake things up. Don't be afraid when things do get shaken up, right? The Four of Wands upright is a very stable, secure, solid card. So don't be afraid of a little instability, of things shaking up a little bit. But they're also saying don't let yourself get too planted. like too stuck, too firm, too permanent. You know, when you, like, a lot of times this card can represent marriage. It can represent like buying your first home, that kind of thing. Marriage, buying a home, you know, your home in general, like they represent stability. They represent something that is like in one place for a long time. They're saying it's not going to be like that. So things are changing. Your world is changing. Your life is changing. Just go with it. Don't worry about changes that happen. Don't worry if things get shaken up a little bit or if they feel like you're like a little unstable. They're only going to be unstable for a minute. And then you're going to be off and running again. Okay. Anything else there, Spirit? Don't what? They're saying don't be afraid of the future. They're saying you're not right now. You don't seem afraid of the future right now also to me, but they are saying that. They're saying you're not afraid right now, but when things start to change and you start to question like, oh shoot, like this isn't how I thought it was going to go, you might get afraid of the future. Don't. Resist that. Resist the fear. Because there's no reason for fear. This is perfect, they're saying. Okay. All right. Thanks, Spirit. All right, so let's talk about your Lenormand cards. We have the Tower and we have the Clover. They're saying there's luck coming your way. You are lucky in your endeavor. If this is a work endeavor, the Tower can represent your job, your work. It can also represent you as an individual, solitary person. You know, it's very, you know, a tower is one and it sits there like sort of all by itself. So you may be going off and doing something alone on your own. Okay, they're pointing out the books on here that are flying out the window. They're saying you may be learning something. You know, it's going to be a little bit different just because this is a general reading and a lot of people are watching it. So, you know, think about your situation. But in general, this endeavor, this thing that you are working toward is going to be blessed with luck. The Clover represents good luck, opportunity, positive chance. So go with that. And then we have the clouds and the ring. Like I said, things are changing. The clouds represent like a fogginess over a situation. You don't necessarily know how things are going to play out right now. You might think you know, but now you know that you don't know. Clouds move relatively quickly, right? So there is some fogginess over the situation. There are some, not dark clouds, just clouds obscuring the full view of things. They need to move, and they do move quickly. And once things are clear, you will get it. On the other side of these clouds is the ring. The ring can represent commitment. It can represent happiness. It can certainly represent a relationship. But in this case, I see it, you know, if you look at the picture, it's like these people who are, you know, they're happy, they're celebrating. They're saying they're on a roll, which is sort of funny because they are literally on a round circle. There's happiness. There's fulfillment. Everything you're not feeling right now, the joy, the fulfillment, the happiness is on the other side of these clouds. And it won't take long. The clouds, like I said, move quickly. But when things become unclear, just remember, Wait for the clouds to pass. Wait for the fog to burn off. Then things will be clear. And you'll know. Okay. And then, of course, we have your Wisdom of the Oracle card, number 39, New Life, which is indicative here. Like you clearly are starting a new life. Now, they do want me to read from the book on this, so let me find it. They really like the they like the descriptions in this one. This is the only one I ever read. They like me to. Which one do you want me to read here? Okay. They want me to read the prosperity message. Okay, it says, you have every reason to be optimistic right now, as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's everything to be optimistic about. You know you're headed in a new direction. It's just reminding you that things may be surprising, right? They may be like sudden changes, but they're for the good, and it's going to be beautiful and abundant and wonderful, and it's going to absolutely change your life. All right, y'all, that's all I've got for you. I hope that was helpful. I hope it gave you sort of, the information you needed to step into this next new phase of your life. And of course, the advice you need to make it go as smoothly as possible as Spirit sort of leads you down this new path. So thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated with you, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up so that other people, when you do that, YouTube likes it, and then they show my videos, my channel, to more people, and then those people can get the messages that are meant for them. So I do appreciate that. Anything you want to share about what's going on, I'd love to hear it. You can always drop me a message in the comments. I read all of them. And thank you. Just thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. Okay, we're going to see what Spirit wants to tell you, what messages they have for you, what they need you to know. Got some tarot cards, Lenormand cards, a Wisdom of the Oracle card. So we're going to get a really good picture of what's going on and what they need you to know. So let's start with your Wisdom of the Oracle. Your card is number 10, Unfinished Symphony. Okay, and let's look at your Lenormands. Your first card is Fish, then Book, Snake, and Key. Okay, and let's get some tarot on the table. Hold on. These cards are a little bit big for my hands, so they are a little less stable for me. Your first card is Four of Wands. Okay. Your second card is King of Swords reversed. And we have the Two of Cups, and we're going to pull one more as an advice card. And your advice is 3 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, give me just a second. I want to take all these in and see if they give me any initial messages to share with you. So give me just a minute. See a 1? Hold on, y'all. They're saying you're going to see a season of change that is going to make you feel a little uncomfortable. But you have the ability to work through it and to bring it all together. They're saying this group, these cards are for you if this is related to a relationship. Yeah, okay. Like a love relationship, or yeah, they're just saying a love relationship. If it applies to you, like with a friend or another person, single person, not single, but individual, then apply that as it resonates with you. But in general, this is meant to be a reading about a love relationship. Okay. Any other messages off the bat? They're saying don't take things too seriously at first. You're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel and recognize that everything's going to be okay. But if you jump the gun and get upset about what's happening, and I don't know what that is yet, you may miss out on an opportunity to fix, to work through this, to grow, to become better as a couple. Okay. Okay. So where we're starting here is with the 4 of Wands. They're saying you're actually in a good place right now in your relationship. If you're not in a relationship right now, you will be very soon. But I think for most of you, you're already there because it feels very stable. It feels secure. It doesn't feel like brand spanking new. You're going to think you have like everything, like the whole world in your hand. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling when you are with someone and it feels like the entire universe has conspired to like bring you together, to set up a life together, to make you happy, to bring you joy and stability. And you are going to, you may be there now, but things are going to be shaken up a little bit. But you're going to be here again. So don't worry. Things happen in relationships, all relationships, that you have to work through. That's part of growing, right? And you'll get through it for sure. So things probably feel very good right now, and that's great. Enjoy it. Love every minute of it. But just don't. God, I hate giving messages like this. They're saying don't count on this feeling lasting forever. It's a little bit of a honeymoon phase, maybe literally, but in general, a honeymoon phase that will dissolve a little bit, as all relationships do. But there are a few bumps in the road coming up that Spirit wants you to be aware of. so you don't lose sight of what's important. That's why they want you to know now. To be, you know, forewarned is to be forearmed, right? Is to be ready. Whew, okay. So then we have the Knight of Swords reversed. They're telling me arguments, someone being very cutting and dry and maybe a little cold, not saying very nice things, not treating each other with respect. And I can't tell if that right now if this is happening on both sides or if it's like one doing it to the other. But I do see that I do see that energy in general. What else, Spirit? Okay, they're wanting me to remind you that although this is the King of Swords, that this is not gender specific. It is not necessarily the man or a man. It's just an energy. It's a strong energy. It feels a little unkind. Okay. They're saying it's because there's tension in the air. There's tension over something. Is there anything you want to tell me about that? Okay. Well, we'll get more cards and we'll look a little deeper. But then we end with the Two of Cups. You're going to be fine. It's going to work out. If you allow it to. If you work through it. And there's some things that need to happen along the way, and we'll get into that. But they want to point out, you know, Four of Wands is beautiful. Two of Cups is like coming back together. The King of Swords in reverse is a big speed bump in the middle. That is, you know, likely to trip you up a little. It doesn't have to, but it could. All right, we'll talk about the advice in a minute, but let's get some more cards on the table and see what else is going on here. Okay, what do you want me to do with these? Oh, no, I don't want to use those. Okay, I said put them back. Okay. All right. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Four of Wands again. One more, please, Spirit. And we have the Five of Swords reversed. And I'm going to pull one more just to clarify the advice, even though we haven't gotten there yet. Let's go ahead and get that card now. And we have Queen of Wands. Okay. All right, so back to the beginning. Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. You're in a good place. It feels very stable, feels very secure. You're holding on in a good way. It's a very positive, stable, secure energy. But like, we know something is going to come up here, but we have this Four of Pentacles, which is stable, secure energy, but it also, hold on one second. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to confirm that my impression was that actually what Spirit meant. So it also represents hanging on a little too tightly. There's a little bit of a codependency energy here. Possibly a little bit of a jealousy energy of wanting to hang on so tight. And it isn't necessarily you. It could be either or both of you, but it's like wanting to hang on so tight and sort of control the situation out of a fear of losing what you have, right? And that's sort of where things kind of veer off course a little bit. But sometimes these things need to come out into the open. If there is this energy there, best to have it come out in the open, work through it, talk through it, grow through it, so you can get to the better place on the other side, right? Anything else there, Spirit? Okay. So we've got the King of Swords and the Four in reverse and the Four of Wands. They're saying someone is worried about the sanctity of your marriage, relationship, wherever you are in your relationship. Somebody is worried about the stability of it. And in so doing, they are driving a bit of a wedge into your relationship. They don't mean to. They're trying to hang on, right? They're trying to control and keep anything from going wrong. But in the act of trying to control that, they get defensive, they get angry, they get jealous, they say mean things, they say hurtful things because they are hurt and they're insecure and there's fear there. Anything else? They're saying it. Okay, they're saying this is not going to destroy your relationship unless you let it, Obviously, we all have free will to, make decisions. But it's an eye-opening moment that needs to happen, Spirit is saying. It needs to happen. It needs to come out into the open in order for your relationship to thrive and survive. This needs to happen, unfortunately. Because those feelings are there. They're there now, right? They just, when you're trying to control and you are so afraid of losing something that you hang on so tightly that the minute, whoever starts to lose the grasp a little bit, they get afraid. And fear can do, unfortunately, ugly things to us sometimes. Okay. And then we end here with the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords reversed. There is clear energy of you coming back together, of, an end to the fighting and the anger and the having to win at all costs, right? Having to be the one who decides, the one who has final say, the one who, they're saying the one who gets to decide how things are going to go. It's that fighting, that having to win energy. That's going to go away. There is a coming back together. So, please be reassured that no matter how this goes, it does not have to mean the end of your relationship. It is not meant to be the end of your relationship. So just know that. your relationship is meant to continue on. You're meant to learn something from this. You both are. But you also both have to be willing to learn from it. So this is how it's supposed to go. So know that. Anything else there, Spirit? They're saying you already know that there's some problems now. And that's clear here with the Four of Pentacles. You already know there are some problems. You just don't realize the extent of it, of what's there, and the ugliness that can fester after a while. They're saying it's probably not going to be as bad as you're thinking right now, so ease your fears. This is meant to be a heads up, not like a warning, Okay, all right. Okay, so let's talk about the advice. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Okay, they're saying don't take your relationship to a third party. And that may mean different things for different people. So I'm going to cover some different scenarios here. Like, don't share your dirty laundry with someone who is going to be unsupportive when you fix things. You know what I mean? When all we do is share like the ugliness, the dirty laundry, the fights, the arguments, it's easy for other people to grow a bias against your partner. And when that happens and you guys work it out and you're back together, then there's like, this person, be it a friend or family member or whatever, they don't get it. They don't understand because they're not seeing the full picture. So just be careful about, going to a third party in that way, sharing like the details of your problems too much. It's not to say you can't go to a friend and ask for advice and, get support, but make sure that they also understand the good and don't just share the bad. The other thing they're saying here with this Three of Pentacles and don't go to a third party is don't cheat. Don't cheat. Don't, if it starts, if it starts to push you towards another person, then things won't work out. It'll be a lot harder to salvage this relationship. So keep that in mind. For the most part, try to keep it between the two of you. Unless you have a very supportive friend who understands, or family member who can see the full picture of how you feel and how your relationship works. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so hold on one sec. Spirit wants to tell me something. Okay, yeah. All right, so they're pointing out on here the sunflowers. And that the sunflowers, in life, sunflowers always face the sun. They want you to, and of course the Queen of Wands owns her power, right? She's not controlling. She just owns her own power. They want you, and this is not gender specific, but they want you to own your power, of course, but to focus on the good. Focus on the bright side, the sunny side, just as a sunflower would. Don't get mired in the problems, the bad. Focus too heavily on the difficulties. Focus on the good that's there, the positive, and what you want from this relationship. Focus on ways that you can work through it rather than just like getting bogged down and burdened by the challenges. You have the ability to do this. So take control of your own happiness and focus on that, on the good. Anything else there, Spirit? Okay. Okay, they're wanting me to tell you that you need to be clean. Be clean or come clean? They're saying be clean, so I don't know exactly. They're saying you need to be clean about where you are in this situation, your part in this situation. So a couple of things. Go through this, as you go through this process, keep your integrity in the forefront. Don't do something that you wouldn't want to admit to your partner, that you wouldn't want your partner to do to you, and that you don't feel good about, right? But also be clear about how you feel and what you want and how you can grow. Speak, right? Communicate. Don't keep it to yourself. It's the only way to get through this. Anything else? Okay. All right. Let's talk about the Lenormand cards. We have the fish and we have the book. There are a lot of things going unsaid right now, and that's going to multiply. There may be secrets. There may just be a lack of communication, but there are definitely things that are going unsaid. Too many things. Too many secrets. Whether they're secrets of something that's going on, or just secrets about how you feel, you both feel. There's too many secrets. There's a lot of them. There's some now, and more. There's more, right? And then we have the snake and the key. The solution to this problem comes in two ways. One is owning your power, knowing what you want, and staying strong in that, being that powerful person who can withstand the storm. And the other message they're giving me clearly is don't betray your partner. If you're together and things get rocky, be clear about that. Be clean about that. Your integrity matters. So, take that as it resonates with you. I'm not saying everyone here would betray, but it's a message that they wanted to add. So there may be some of you who may be tempted when things get rocky to stray. And it's not the way to go in this scenario. They're saying you really shouldn't do that. It'll make it so much harder. Okay. All right. So last but not least, we have Wisdom of the Oracle, Unfinished Symphony. This is card number 10. And I'm going to read from the book. They like me to read from this deck. Bear with me while I find it real quick. Okay, I'm going to read the relationship message. Is that right? Hold on one sec. Okay, all right. Relationship message says, moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are. Make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved, and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. it's a clear message that you need to address the problem. Show your partner and show yourself how you really feel. The good, the bad, the ugly. Don't keep anything from them. Don't leave it unfinished. You know, it talks a lot about closure, but closure doesn't have to be just at the end of a relationship. You need to put closure to this problem. You need to work through it instead of sweep it under the rug. You sweep it under the rug, it stays unfinished, and it continues to fester and be a problem until it just no longer works. You need to bring it out into the open. You both do. Challenge each other's opinions. Challenge each other a little. Be a force for change for the better when it comes to this relationship. And also then be the one to focus on still, through the problems, what is good, what is great, what you want. And lean toward that. Like lean toward the sun, just as the sunflowers do. And you will find a way to get through this together. You will find a way. If you want to, you know. Anything else, Spirit? They're saying there is no way out. There is only a way through. I mean, obviously you can bail and just call it quits, you know. But if you do that, this is a lesson that needs to be learned. You will find a similar scenario pop up in another relationship. So there are always lessons we need to learn. And in this scenario, there's no escaping it. Like, there's no way out. You have to go through it and learn from it and grow from it. You both do. And then and only then will you get your true Four of Wands, your true Two of Cups, your true, like, bliss. Okay. All right. Spirit says that's it. So that's all I've got for you. I hope that's helpful. They did say that you already know that there are some problems, right? You can already sense it. So hopefully I'm not telling you anything you didn't already sense. But hopefully this reading gives you a little bit of hope and guidance to get you through it. Because you are meant to get through it. And you can. You absolutely can. So good luck to you. I wish you love and hugs and happiness and blessings because, you know, it can be hard. It can be hard, and I know that. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If this resonated, if this spoke to you, I hope you'll give the video a thumbs up or leave a comment. I always appreciate that. And most of all, I just thank you for being here. So thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.